Quick announcement. We have invested a lot of time into YouTube, so go over to my YouTube channel, just type in Jake Dunlap, click the little bell, and you'll get notified every time we upload a video. We have over almost 300 videos now. Anything you want to know about sales, sales leadership, so get over and subscribe. What's going on, everyone? Welcome to another Friday weekly recap. I'm Jake Dunlap, CEO of Skaled. And this week, my friends, we're talking about solving client problems and how the future is in helping people versus pushing people, being that pushy salesperson. Talk a little bit about the World Series and my experience visiting all of the baseball stadiums, which I completed this year, which I'm very excited about. I'm gonna talk about MBAs. I have one, but are they worth it? I'll give you my take. How do I help my sales organization better connect with the buyer? As we start to reinforce more KPIs, we focus more on the numbers, we focus more on the metrics, what's starting to happen is that our concern in the handoff from marketing to sales development to sales, sales to onboarding to account manager to customer success, we've really forgot about the buyer as a part of this. So for all my friends out there that are trying to help the companies that they work with, I have a few very quick tips for you. The first is care about their business. If you are not genuinely curious, it is very, 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 very difficult to help someone's business if you don't even know what they do. If you don't know what their challenges are, you don't know what's keeping them up that night for the business and for the person, you're in a very, very difficult position. The other big piece is to make sure that when you talk about what you do, you link it back to the solutions that they actually are interested in. You're not talking about this in terms of like product talk. You're saying, hi John, you're trying to move the needle 20%. Here's how I'm gonna help you move the needle 20%, right? The best of the best organizations we see that are connecting and are really trying to help are the people who are saying like, look, you know what? We can do this really well. We actually think you should go with the competition here. Like they actually crush it for this. So you should maybe think about going with them for like that piece. And so that leads me to my third piece, which is the consultative approach. That the best of the best salespeople are able to understand someone's, kind of compelling event, model it with the solutions, and really, listen to the client, what they're trying to do, but also help the client to maybe see around things that they might not see. That doesn't mean always agreeing with the client. It's really being consultative, saying, hey, I know you're telling me this, you actually need to do this. And I know you might not want to hear that, but this is what you actually need to do. I'd love to hear your take on this and how your organization's doing this below. What are one or two things that your organization does to really bring this to life? Comment below. I'm giving a shout out to all my MLB fans out there. This year I had an amazing opportunity, literally almost exactly a month ago, to complete all stadiums visited in my lifetime. Now the good part is they keep coming up with some new stadiums, but I have officially been to every single Major League Baseball stadium. So the Royals are my favorite team, in case you can't tell. Thank you, Mom. My mom got me this plaque for Christmas last year, so big props. Thank you, Mom, for the KC Royals fan for life. So again, I get why people knock baseball. Here's my thing. Baseball is the one sport you can go to and kind of pay attention to, but still have a lot of fun. So for anybody, I get it. It's a long game, can be a little bit dragging. Just don't worry about it. Go for the stadium, go for the beers, go for the food. It'll be great. So shout out to baseball. Go Royals in 2020. So this week in the news, the Wall Street Journal reported that for the 5th straight year, applications to American MBA programs has been on the decline again, right? Wall Street Journal reports applications fell almost 10% this year, after about 7% in 2018. There's a few different reasons for that. I will tell you, for me, an MBA was amazingly helpful because for a lot of people, I treated my undergrad like a checkbox. I went and I got my piece of paper. Did I pay attention to what I learned? Kind of. But when I went back to get my MBA, I actually learned something. But I think the decline that we're seeing now is that, less and less jobs are requiring it. Right? It used to be that you went back, you got your MBA, then you got this high-powered job because you had a piece of paper. And now we're starting to see look, if you got 10, 15 years of relevant work experience, it might be better than just having an MBA. So for my friends out there, it's not that you shouldn't think about getting an MBA. The good news is your odds of acceptance are starting to look better as they're starting to lose money, right? So it's not that you shouldn't do it. It's that you want to be very, very purposeful about why you're doing it. If you're just going back to get a piece of paper, the job market and the data is saying you might want to reconsider. So if you're gonna do it, make sure you got the right motives to do it. I can tell you it changed my life. It was extremely helpful, but it's because I wanted to learn, not because I wanted a piece of paper. This week's Ask Jake Anything comes from my good friend Sai Patel. He asked, Jake, I'm thinking about getting my MBA to open up more job opportunities. Is it worth it? Two different things. If you go to a super top 10, we're talking Harvard, Northwestern, Chicago, those, it can be super worth it for the network. It is still definitely a little club, right? And so if you get a chance to go to one of those top schools, man, I think if you got an MBA from Harvard, man, it's gonna be tough to fail. You could be self-destructive, of course, but I think it can still, be something that's beneficial. But again, I want you to be very deliberate about why. Don't go just because you think it's gonna get you a new job opportunity. The data says that less and less people are requiring it. Go because you want to basically fill out some type of skill gap. You want to help to elevate your own game and do it for yourself, not because you expect another job opportunity. If you get a chance to go to a blue chip one, you want to build the network, thumbs up. If instead you really want to go and you want to learn and you want to fill out some skills, then I say go for it, my friend. And that's this week's Ask Jake Anything. Remember, hashtag Ask Jake Anything, and I will answer your questions in the weeks to come. This week's Get It Done, everyone. I talked a little bit about getting your MBA. I talked about learning. So I want all of you to think, how many books did you read this year? Did you go get a certification? Did you take a public speaking class? Whatever it was that you did or didn't do, I want this week for you to just write down something simple you can do for 2020. So for me, I'm already like to read. I don't have to worry about reading. But for me, what I started doing is I take 20 minutes every single day and I'm doing this like master classes. So I've done like Howard Schultz, Aaron Franklin barbecue, you name it, I've done it. And so taking just your little micro moments, but put together a plan for 2020. Send me your plan for 2020, and that is my challenge to all of you in this week's Get It Done. So again, subscribe to the YouTube channel. If you're not, just go to the little search bar, type in Jake Dunlap. I am not the teenage hockey player. That dude is also all time, but you can look for me if it's about sales. Weekly recap number 66. I'm out.